Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adila from BH News. Currently, Malaysia is moving towards the growth of the economics where the GDP per capita is increased in September quarter of 2017 compared to the previous 3 months. Okay, let's look at the full report of the conference in UAE by Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
Mr. Najib, and nice is to come to our channel PPA. It's nice to our channel. And then I want to ask you about important thing in our days, especially in these days. It's GDP. How is important GDP, especially in these days?
Oh, first of all, I'm Prime Minister and also Minister of Economy. I want to share about the GDP, Minister of Finance. So when we talk about GDP, the increasing in GDP, it shows our trend is towards a better economy because the GDP indicates the growth of economy. So our spending, government spending, our investment. So when it increase, it means our government have increase in economics also. So I think we are towards a better country. We are doing better, and the government will do a lot of economic growth to make the GDP always grow. For example, the national income, we will relate it, then the taxpayers, and we will increase the GDP by the time so that our economy continue to grow in the next future.
Okay, and I want to ask you, based in your speak, how is GDP is important in your country?
Why the GDP is important in my country? First of all, we need to know the GDP indicates the growth of economy. So, like I said just now, the growth of economy based on the GDP. So, if our government spending increase, the GDP will increase also. So, it means our investment towards a better life, towards a better lifestyle, shows our efforts to make our government and our country towards a better country, to increase the GDP. So the GDP is very important. That shows the efforts of
I know it's
government.
important, but I ask you why. That you ask me. Okay, thank you, Prime Minister.
Okay, thank you.
See you.
However, upon the conference of the Prime Minister, there are economists who extremely critics and comments on our growth of the GDP. Let's look into the short meeting of our reporters with those economists.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Okay. Based on what have Prime Minister said, he said that GDP is the good alternative to measure our growth economy. So at you as the economist, what do you think about the GDP? Will you accept or you want to reject the use of GDP?
Okay, GDP is not all the time good to increase. First of all, by the GDP's increase, they have a lot of pollution. For example, what happened in Kuching 32 of the September, we can see from this a lot of pollution happened just because of people want to increase the GDP. Second point is like it takes people's leisure time, because of people's time taken by the increase in GDP, so they don't have time for company with their children and their family. So they have a lot of the family's issues happening, and then also like it gives people a lot of stress. So like they start to suicide themselves. And the third one is like it's also affect their health a lot
Yes.
because they have to work more just for increase the GDP. So it's affecting actually like some like illnesses just because they're happening just because of this. And then also
busy.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And then fourth is we are consuming a lot of resources for just for the increasing the GDP, so the nature is destroying by this. And then actually we think we are improving our lifestyle and then make our society better, but because of the consuming more resources, it's like affected a lot of things. It's not make our life a happen and a happy. I mean, it's like yeah, it's like it's destroying actually. So it's not good to all the time to think about the increase GDP. So I'm rejecting the GDP.
Of GDP, right?
Yes.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sir. Okay, how are you today, sir? Okay, thank you for coming to our show. Okay, now we want to talk or discuss about the GDP. Okay, so what do you think the good alternative to measure the growth of economy today?
Okay, firstly, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's nice to invite me to your channel. In my opinion, GDP, the alternative of GDP is the most alternative of GDP is GDPI. Some people ask me why we have to choose GDPI other than GDP. I think it's a good question. I think the reason is this measure of calculating a more personal consumption expenditure. The measure of total personal expenditure a major component of the GDP and then more the additional and discussion. The calculative the effect of a certain factor such as the value of the value work discator a criminal and pollution.
Okay, so that is a good alternative, right?
Yes.
So what is the reason why you choose the GDPI as the good measure?
Why we have to alternative other than GDP? Okay, as we know, GDP is economic indicator, the measure of the more the additional and discussion. The calculative the effect of a certain factor such as the value of the value work discator a criminal and pollution.
Okay, so that is a good alternative, right?
Yes.
So what is the reason why you choose the GDPI as the good measure?
Why we have to alternative other than GDP? Okay, as we know, GDP is economic indicator, the measure of the as the all value of a service and good. Some people says the GDP is a descriptive measure of the nature state. Now we should to update a new standard as a group by Robert Kasich and Robert and in his college today.
Apart from that, we also received the video from netizens through the BH website regarding GPI and GDP. Let's watch the video.
GDP and GDPI are using the same personal consumption data. GPI allows for variables that apply monetary values to non-monetary aspects of the economy. For example, GPI is adjusted upward when a greater percentage of a nation's income goes to the poor, because an income increase provides a tangible benefit to the poor. GPI factors in the value of a labor that goes into housework and volunteering. GPI track money spent on durable goods such as appliances and furniture as a cost and value provided as a benefit. Goods that perish quickly are viewed negatively, while GDP views all expenditure as a positive news. GPI views infrastructure spending as a positive if it provides a long-lasting benefit. If it drains the government covers, it is negative. GPI uses economy, statistic, and math formulas to place a value on many variables. Their variables is then added or deducted from the GDP. For example, the money foreigners invest in US is attracted from what Americans invest overseas. And 5 years rolling average determines if the US is a lender or a borrower. If the number indicate lender, the number added to GDP. Since capitalistic economy focus on making money, GPI has yet to become widely adopted.
Thank you for watching BH News. Please subscribe to our channel.
But behind closed doors, I'm a fool